Welcome, welcome, welcome to Liberal 12 Man Show. I am Liberal 12 Man, just as much as you are, and I am here to give a Tottenham Liverpool preview. Evening, Lee. Evening, Lee. Hope that you're well, my friend. Definitely. You know what's funny is I ran last night, so I do events, and one of the events I had a lad in from actually England last night. There was a DJ from England, and his manager was and his manager was from Manchester. And what was very funny about it was uh, when I got myself introduced to him, I said, "Hello, you know." I'm like, "Oh, what part? Or like, where are you from? Where are you from?" And he said, "Oh, I'm from Manchester." And I was like, "Okay, okay. Where's this conversation about to go?" And I go. So, are you a city, or are you a citizen, or you're a Red Devil? And he goes, "I'm a Liverpool fan." I was just like, "We're gonna get along so well." So very very cool. Um, Very cool to see that there are some Liverpool fans in Manchester out there. So it was kind of cool to see. But I have with me today also the Irishman's with us today. How are you doing, Irishman?
All good. How are you?
Good, good, good. Microphone sounds good. Everything sounds good.
Just finished
Um,
up some food.
cool, cool. I was just talking about my encounter last night with the DJ's manager that I ended up dealing with. It was a pleasant surprise, to say the least. Basically, is my point of bringing up the story last night. So it was pretty cool. Nice guy. Um, his actually the DJ was very interesting too, because the DJ was an AC Milan fan actually. So that was a very interesting conversation, to say the least. But we had some very interesting conversations last night about the team, about the game. One of the guys that I have at one of the guys I had at the event, he's a Spurs fan, so he was going on and on about how this is gonna be a 3-2 victory in his eyes in for the Spurs, and he sees possibly the pigeon doing his dance. It's gonna be interesting little how it goes down. It's gonna be very very interesting. But big up to the chat, by the way. Lee, like I said earlier, Marion is always one of our Reds Queens in the house. Always lovely to see you. Realism Jarrett's here, Stefano's here. Some others I'm sure just haven't said hello just yet in the chat, which is still cool. If you just want to sit back, maybe you're enjoying it just on your ride, or maybe you're at work, you know, whichever way you're tuning in, I just appreciate that you are tuning in. So big up to Philip, big up to Dustin. One love for sure. One love for sure. So we got JK in the house too now. How you doing, JK?
I'm good, bro. How you doing?
Good, good, good. Definitely good. Um, long evening, but it's all good. Another
It's all
long
good.
one. Yeah, yeah. You know, they don't get any easier. I think the game for me tomorrow morning is at like, at least it's not at 4:30. Like at least it's not a noonday kickoff type deal.
Mm-hmm.
But but yeah, it's still a breakfast concept for me tomorrow, to say the
Uh-huh.
least. I think it's 8:30 a.m. I'm going to say is the game tomorrow for me. So double check. Um, yeah, yeah. Looks like also Arsenal won 3-0 today. City won 5-1. Forest was victorious over Sheffield United 3-1. Newcastle 4-1 over Burnley. And Fulham and Brentford 0-0 draw. So pretty standard, to say the least. Big up, Nigel.
Yeah.
Big up, Nigel. How are you doing, brother? Good to see you. Pretty standard results there. Pretty much expected results, I should say the least. So I got you guys predicted lineups put together. And as always, this is the people's channel. So like I always definitely want to see what you guys have as your selections as well. See how far off. I saw when I put together the selections for us, I noticed that most of us had pretty much the same concept of like what the team was probably going to look like. I also put together the concept of what I thought the predicted lineup would be for the Spurs as well. Big up Daz, and big up Mark A. Big up Mark A. Big up, brother. Hope you're well. It's been a while since I see Mark in the house, and it's always good to see my brother. So this is I'm gonna bring up the Spurs lineup first of what I have as the predicted lineup for the Spurs, and then I'll go into your lineups that you guys put together yourselves, okay?
Huh?
Let me bring up you guys' lineups. 1 second. Okay. So I'll make this a little larger too. Sorry about that. Oops. So this is the Spurs predicted lineup that I have. I had this on someone on the fly, so I didn't get to put all the graphics in for them. So I just went to lineup builder. I have pretty much the only changes in this lineup as of from normal would be probably like Royale on the right here, playing right back for them. Other than that, the front lineup, and Ben Johnson, Johnson playing Brendan Johnson, right?
Ben Johnson.
Ben Johnson's a sprinter for the Olympics.
Oh yeah, we know.
Yeah.
Brennan. It's Brennan.
Yeah,
Johnson.
Brandon Johnson. Yeah. I have him on the wing. I have Sun starting as I have them in a 4-2-3-1. And I basically have them lining up in this arrangement here. Any of you guys think I got anything wrong with that, or do you think that's how you pretty much see them lining up against us?
Yeah, about that, like that. Mm-hmm. Okay. Depends on if Saar plays, they might go 3 midfield without the 2. I don't know. Yeah, something like that.
What was that, Brian? Too? Do you have something to say as well?
Yeah, I don't know. He could start Varner. He could start Charles.
They have quite a few people out. I mean, they have the Doggy. They have Solomon.
The left back is they've lost basically everyone that can play left side of defense.
Right.
So that's why you have Royale at left back.
Because he's normally a right back. Yeah.
With these.
I mean, he's just a defender basically. Unless Benton can work to do it or something like that, who knows? Or else he can come out with some kind of. Yeah, that's the only one where you don't know what he's going to do. And then the other one, like if his forwards are fit, he could start Varner over Johnson. He could start Johnson over Varner. He could start Kulusevski. He's never entirely sure, but that there is. I don't know. Maybe if Richarlison was fit and you'd have Son on the left instead of Johnson, that might be the strongest 11. But it would be something very much like that. Yeah, like Madison, Son, Kulusevski, pretty much guaranteed. Parr was guaranteed. Ramiro's guaranteed. Van de Ven's guaranteed. Yeah.
Even apparently too, Porto is apparently doubtful as well. Possibly, he's listed as doubtful, but I still had him starting.
Yeah, he should be. I reckon he'd be fine. I don't. Like that's why I think they should be going to that game because they've got problems in defense.
Right.
So
this is all the players. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. Like Udogie, Sessenon, and Davies. That's their 3 left-sided defenders. That's
Mhm.
all it. So
Yeah.
yeah, like that's where it's obvious where the where the gaps will be. So should be,
Right. I'm with Lee
you
on
know,
this too, by the way. I just put up these are all the names that I have as being out for
Uh-huh.
Spurs. I also am right on line with what Lee's saying here, and he's saying he's looking forward to this game in its own right. No thoughts on anything except the joy of beating Spurs. Trust me, the
Uh-huh.
guy that I had to deal with at this one venue, he's the most crazy, one of the most crazy Spurs fans I have met, I've ever met for sure. And it would be nothing short of pleasant to rub that in his face there. A big victory, at least. I would love to do that. Let's see. So let's start off with the Irishman's predicted lineup first off. I have yours set up. You want to go through it for us as well? I'm going to bring it up here. Make sure that it's for some reason it's so small. Let me do this. Make it a little bigger. So this is your lineup. You want to go through your lineup for them, Irishman?
yeah, pretty standard. I don't think there's any big surprises. Like I'm assuming there's no chance VVD is back, so I puzzled over maybe whether Gomez will get in there. I wouldn't be shocked if he does, but I don't like. There isn't really a whole lot on this game now. It's pretty much just playing for pride, playing for the fans. So
Playing for
get two
revenge.
attacking fullbacks.
Playing for revenge,
Oh.
Irishman. Playing for revenge.
Getting your two most attacking fullbacks on the pitch would be the way I'd look at it. And try, if you need to go defensive later on, do that. Endo kind of picks himself. McAllister kind of picks himself. And then Sabazlai, I thought maybe give him one more shot. I don't know if I just kind of, because I couldn't really say for definite, hang my hat on Jones or Gravenberch or him. So I just kind of went with him. Then I dropped Gakpo into the middle to keep Diaz left and Salah. I think Salah should probably get a start back just to show everyone that everything's fine now. There's no problem, nothing to see here. So that's why I reckon he'll start. Still don't think Nunes will get a start. So Gakpo through the middle and Diaz off the left.
Okay.
Not too controversial, I can't imagine.
Yeah. I'll bring up JK's lineup right now. JK, you want to go through your lineup here for the people?
Yeah, mine depends on just Virgil's injury status. But if he's not playing, I'll go with that defense. I think Gomez being there left back, we were better when Gomez was at left back. Endo picks himself as well. It's just that one midfield slot where I think we find out who could play that. You got Jones, Sabotzola, or Gravenberch. And for me, I'm going to give it Gravenberch because I like that he's attitude in the last few games. And then up top, Darwin and Salah back to starting the game after such a long time for me. Hopefully at Anfield as well, So that's why I'm going with them two guys.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, it wasn't too drastic. I think the only changes you guys have were pretty much differences you guys have were basically at left back and with your midfield. Yeah. And obviously Nunez rather than rather than Cody.
So it changes a different player in every part of the pitch, though. He has a different defender, a different midfielder, and a different forward to me. So it's a very different lineup. It's not completely different, but different lineup.
Pretty much. I mean, like, the back line though is pretty much the same except for Robbo or Gomez. And then, but your midfield is certainly different in that you have McAllister. Both have McAllister. You both have Endo, but you don't have Dom, and you have Gravenberch being the difference, and you have basically Cody and Nunez being a difference. Now I do agree. I did hear that too. That VVD did train today, which is promising.
Okay.
I'm not really certain that it's promising, but it's one of those conditions where I'm just like, if there's any uncertainty, I understand that you're not going to probably you might go into training just to see how you fare, to see what kind of impact or stress you can put on whatever ligament or limb is that's kind of trying to recuperate. But
anyone know the problem with Virgil?
It's his ankle.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I remember against, I think, was it West Ham? Mm-hmm. He got clipped on the left hand side. I remember.
Yeah.
He was actually, they got the foul actually. What game was that in? I remember he got clipped in that game. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's one of those things. You know what? Too, like, anyone that questions like VVD's heart, like, as in, I don't think of VVD. I think VVD really, really values that the armband, and I think that he does. And this is just my personal opinion, but I mean, like, I think he does really value leading the team out onto the pitch, and if there is an opportunity, he understands what burden comes with wearing the armband. Like, as in, you're not only the face of the club, but you also have a testament of setting the tone for the club in essence, and I could, if there's an opportunity for him to go out, and that's why sometimes we've seen VVD lead the team out, and I wasn't surprised, but like, as in, I'm sure certainly maybe because of the game and the importance of whatever the game was, being that it might have been a game that we could rest him in or something along those lines, you still see him leading. He might only play a half, but still he'll lead the team out. Excuse me. I think that really makes a difference. I just think that he has that kind of good character. So and determinants to, like, not shy from the moment. I remember some people were bringing up the whole there was that segment, I think it was I don't want to say it was last year, but there was that segment where he lost like 4 or 5 games in a row, a couple at Anfield too. Do you remember that? This is back when Hendo obviously was our captain, and Seth Milner, and we lost a bunch of games, and then like the game that VVD captain, because he was kind of the third choice captain. We actually ended up winning that game. It was something of like I think that, like, it's difficult sometimes when you're the captain and you want to just emulate and bring and lift your team's spirits up, and it's just sometimes seems like nothing's working, but you have to give those guys credit when they do inspire some type of results, and I'm hoping that he can do that right now, because these are two teams that are certainly in similar situations in that in the dumps somewhat when it comes to their scoring, and certainly when it comes to the results that we're seeing from both these teams.
Mm-hmm. Both started the season off well.
Yeah.
Sort of tapered out in the last 2 months. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Let me see what else. So I also put together a lineup. I made this before I heard about the VVD information today. So this is the lineup that I went with.
I think we could all say, without making a huge, like, if VVD is fit, he'll start.
Mm-hmm.
All the teams were built on the assumption that he's not starting, captain or not.
Mm-hmm.
If he's, whatever, if he's playing, if he's fit, if he can start, he'll play. I think, and nobody was going to drop him. So that would be the thing. Like, and for me, it would be it would be over Kanate, I'd be still starting Kwanzaa. I'd be dropping.
Yeah, same as. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you.
Okay. I get where you're going. So basically, you're saying if BVD is healthy to play, and we can all probably all say confidently that if he is healthy to play, he will play. If BVD is healthy to play, then you would have Kanate taking the seat, and you'd move Kwanzaa over, and you would have that center back pairing of being VVQ or Kwanzaa and Happy Kwanzaa and BVD.
That's what I'll say.
Right. Yeah. Okay. All right.
You just found a way to say with 500 words what I just said in 5.
Okay. All right.
It's VVD and Kanate out. Boom.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ebu.
And okay. And what about you guys in the chat? Like, what would you guys say is so much? Who would you go with different than possibly even the lineup? This is my lineup, of course. Still on the board here. I went with basically very similar lineups. I'm pretty sure it's actually pretty similar lineups to everyone except for I had a different. I think I went with the same back. Yeah, I went with the same back five as the Irishman. We differed in the midfield. I went with the same midfield as JK, basically. And basically, and although I did take out Endo, and I did take out Endo and use McAllister and use Dom as my other right mid. And then I also, but the front three, I'd say JK and I have the same front three going. I differed in the front, my front center forward. Stefano says he has the same team. Obviously, I'd like kids to get an opportunity, but Klopp will want to go out winning. So he doesn't think he'll play the kids. I agree with that completely. I think it's really pretty much cut and dry. You know what was pretty interesting to hear, and I don't know if you guys heard this news or not, but apparently Ben Doak is possibly going to be possibly be fit to make a return pretty soon. I don't know if you heard that, but that's so. I'm glad to hear that. I mean, like whether we see him this year or not, whether we get to see him on, at least on the bench. I don't expect him to start, but I mean, like whether we see him on the bench again this season, that's really, really good news to hear. I did not expect to see him. There's a lot of players that fit in that category. I didn't expect to see Diego again, actually, after his knee injury. I was pleasantly surprised though to see that, Diego obviously made his return. He had a little bit of a setback recently, and now he's trying to, get back to fitness once again. But to hear Ben Doak was back, possibly as at least being doubtful, he's reserved, and that his return to training is more likely now. That's a really some promising news to hear. A little bit of a silver lining there. You guys, did you guys hear that news, or did you?
Yeah, if he comes back, I wouldn't expect to see him. If he's only getting back around to after tomorrow's game. It's only 2 games then, so yeah, I don't think he's one of he might be one of those kids that if they were fit, if he'd been fit for the last 2 months or whatever, one of those younger kids who probably would have gotten 10 minutes in a game.
Right.
At the end of the game,
Right.
I'm surprised if you see him come back at this stage. Bradley's back, but if he gets 2 games, if he's not there for tomorrow, he's got 2 more games to maybe get 5 or 10 minutes. So if he's fit, he's fit. That's good.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough to see him get minutes, like you're basically saying.
Very
yeah.
Because
especially because of the competition that we're coming up against. I mean, look, Villa going to Villa is a very difficult game. You're obviously going to want your best out on the pitch, and I'm not saying he's not one of our best, but I'm just saying that He certainly
Don't
might.
worry. We know he's not. You know, you're not insulting him by saying he's not one of our starting 11. Nobody's going to take that as a slight. He's way off, dude. He's way off.
Well, I mean,
He's
like,
way.
yeah,
I mean, he's not
I'm
getting.
just
He's not
saying
going to
that,
get
and
minutes this year.
everyone
No, I'm just
can
saying.
be everyone has the opportunity to be one of our best on their given day. That's the point of what I'm trying to get at. Like that's
No, I just say, yeah, he's not.
Yeah.
He's not in our starting 11 squad. We know
no,
that.
no,
He's
no.
way off. He's not. He's not getting into
It's kind of a shame about
into
Doak
the
though.
team.
That's what I was trying to get at. Is that it's just a shame that he got that injury because out of all the youth academy, I mean, like we've had a year where a lot of these youth academy players have stepped up in lots of different roles. A lot of these youth academy players have certainly had some moments of their own individual glory and the like. But out of the names that were going to be given a chance, because some of the names that we've seen on these team sheets, we weren't expecting them to get the minutes that they got. You know, obviously injuries kind of forced our hand to kind of rely on them, and a lot of them serve admirably. But out of those names, Ben Doak was one of the names that we were probably more so than not expecting to see. He was a name that was certainly towards the top of the crop, being a player that we're going to basically get to see some minutes out of. I know often when I've been on some of these panels, people have spoken about how our club was like they want to see 6 forwards basically on this club. Obviously, we have the 5 forwards that we all know about pretty quickly. But like off top of our heads at least. But like that 6th forward was going to be most likely Ben Doak this season, and unfortunately with that pretty nasty injury that he got, it ended up taking away that opportunity to see him in that role. That's what I was trying to basically get at when I was also bringing up Ben Doak.
But yeah, for me,
go ahead, JK, and then Brian.
Yeah, I was going to just say that Becic and Doak for me were the 2 out of the youth system who had sort of big futures. You know, the 2 guys.
Yeah,
but from that we've got Kwanzaa and Bradley come through as well. So where they're sort of more advanced in their careers, had more games than them 2. But for me, just to see Doak and Becic both just play football for a season is going to be good to see. Hopefully they get the chance, you know.
Yeah. Do you think, Brian, this comment here by Stefano, I think, and I'm going to bring up your question in secondly. This comment here by Stefano is, it's not possible to keep 6 top forwards happy. Literally no club in the world has that. And that is agreeable too. And then, yes, Connor Bradley is back, by the way. Yes, I know that. I was going to bring that up, Nigel. But that comment there, do you think that it's like, it's difficult, to really manage 5 forwards, much less 6 forwards for a team, right?
Yes, it's not possible, and nobody has it. That's basic. That's simple. There's nobody out there. Name a club with more than 3, like really top quality strikers, forwards. I don't know. Yeah, you're going to get. If you can go all the way to Champions League semi-finals every season and compete at the top of your domestic league, then you can keep a rotating squad. But if you're not playing in top competitions, it's very difficult. It's like people say, "Oh, such and such has his favorites." I always find that weird when people say, "Oh, Klopp has his favorites." It's like, yeah, he bought them all. They're all his favorite players. It's like, what does that even mean? Like, that's just saying he has a first choice 11. Everybody has his first choice 11. But when Klopp picks someone that they don't like, it's like, oh, well, Klopp, he has his favorites. It's like, I don't know. That's weird how that's a thing. Of course he does. He has his preferred players. Just call them favorite. They say favorites to make it sound like it's childish, and he just picks them no matter how good the form they're in. But if you were to have a front 3 there, right? there's no way you could have more than two, and you'd be lucky to have two top quality forwards on the
Right.
bench.
Right.
You know, so get six, and then you're paid the wages of six.
And you mean like forward? And when you're saying forward, do you mean center forward, or are you just talking about forward, the general presentation of like forward?
Okay, no, forward. I said you have three there, right? So there's three there. So yeah, I didn't say so. He said top forwards.
Right. Yeah.
So
I'm just
yeah. I don't. It's those three guys on the pitch. So whatever you want to call them, the three at the front.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to call
forwards.
them.
I get you. Yeah. Sure.
So
forwards,
anyone in the chat. Yeah, but just whoever the other two guys on the bench are. I'm not saying two top strikers. Just you said so in the modern day, you have Diaz, Salah. They're not strikers. They're not wingers. So I consider anybody like that would be like a Jota or a Gakpo. They'd all come into that group. So to get three top ones and then two behind that to get six, it's pie in the sky. People say, "Oh, we need this, we need that." You're just not going to get it. No chance.
Yeah.
Those egos, managing all those egos, paying all those wages, easier said than done.
Yeah. A follow-up question, because and Lee, I am going to ask your question. Just give me one. And not only Lee, if you guys do have questions or you do have comments that you want to engage with the panel, please do put them in the chat there. This is a devil's advocate style follow-up question. Do you think that it's actually possible? I mean, even focusing or narrowing that question even more so, do you think it's possible to have a team that has two, what's the words I'm looking for? Like two dominant strikers, or two perennial strikers, or however you want to put it. Like, do you think that that you can play with that because the striker position is a position that often is about confidence, but it's also about having momentum, being able to actually get a lot of different runs in to kind of build up that momentum. So quite often you want to have some consistency in not only performances but appearances by your striker. Do you think it's possible to have two like strikers that are like top-notch style? I'm trying to look for the best words, but I think you understand what I'm getting at, right?
Yeah. No,
do you think it's a possibility? And I would like to hear Pop's comments on this too. So Pop's, definitely tell me your ideas.
When you have a striker and it's an out-and-out striker, when you're talking about like, could you have two Haalands in your team?
Yes, exactly.
Two Drogbas. Could you have two Drogbas? Could you have two? I don't.
Could you have two Salahs in a sense, almost? But I mean, like, yeah, exactly.
Well, could you? I thought you were talking. If you're saying
but strikers.
So two number nines, No, I don't, because you'll always play with one main man, and the other guy will always be playing second fiddle. It's like when it's such a kind of it's the real alpha dog position.
Yeah,
and you know what happens when you put two alpha dogs in a ring? They don't get along usually. So I don't think, I'm sure somebody in the chat or someone's going to go, oh, well, what about when such and such and such and such? Yeah, maybe if you're going back to the day when it was 4-4-2.
4-4-2,
played with two strikers.
That's a little different.
But right now, when you've got one guy in the middle and you're playing with one out-and-out striker, I don't think it's possible to have one because that guy's sitting on the bench. It's why Mourinho never wanted Shevchenko, because he only played with one striker, and that striker was always going to be Drogba. And they brought him in Shevchenko anyway, and the same with Kezman and Crespo. That's why, you can only really have that one, in my opinion, and purely just my opinion. And, if someone else thinks it's doable, but for me, it's such a kind of, he's the apex predator, he's the king of the jungle, so you can usually only have one of those guys.
Right. And especially when they're the same style of, or when I say style, meaning like someone might bring up, oh, well, we had at one point, didn't we have Mane and didn't we have Bobby, for instance, or something along those lines. And, but they're two different styles of of strikers, for instance, or two different styles of number nines, or for what we utilize them for instance. And I guess you could say, you can even maybe go as far as to say that even if you're going to look at Diego as being a striker, and obviously we do look at Nunez, or some of us at least look at Nunez as being a striker, you know, there's still two very distinctly different strikers in
he's a number
their
9.
typecast.
Yeah, he's a number 9. God, Nunez is. He's an out and out. To me, anyway, he's an out and out forward.
I get you. Some people don't. Some people are steadfast on putting him seeing him as a left wing. I just don't think that he fits. He could play left wing, obviously, but I think his preferred position is number 9.
I don't like him out there either. I don't think he's great out there.
Say again.
I don't like him out there either. I don't think. Why. I don't know why people think he should play on the left. Like, we've seen it. Like, he can run around, but he's obviously not in his best position there. So
Brazian Pop says, for instance, the Geordies have Wilson and Isaac, but they rarely fit together. Yeah. It's really hard pressed. You're really hard pressed to like really find, because I wouldn't even say I don't think Alvarez is for City is a real true outright number 9, right? He goes.
No, Julian Alvarez, not at all. No, he's more of a,
even though he's played it
striker,
right? Yeah,
he likes to play off.
But I mean, I can't really think of any other team that has a like this. Like you had that too, other than and heck, we all saw how my my Anfield Cup team did with my double strikers. So I thought I had two of the best in the world, but damn you, Kane. No, anyway. Anyhow.
Yes, he doesn't always work like that.
Yeah, it doesn't always work like that. It doesn't really work like that. Yes, he is definitely Alvarez shadow striker. Yeah. But I wanted to bring up Lee. I promised to bring up Lee's question. Let me bring Lee's question here. He asked this. He says, and I'll ask JK this. What precisely do we think Klopp and the players will be playing for now we have secured Champions League? Pride or something more? What, in your opinion, is the answer to that, JK?
I would say 9 points and pride. Because I think when we have that game against Wolves at the end, you'd want it with a win, you know. So when they do the procession around the end of the game, you want to do it with a win. And I also believe if Man City bought Kane and they had Haaland, it'd be very hard to keep them two guys happy. The only time you would keep them happy is if one of the others injured. So Kane knows he'll be starting the game against Liverpool on Sunday, for example. But it will be tricky to keep them two guys happy. I think the only way Liverpool have done it, keeping 5 forwards happy, is because we always play with the 3 up top. This season, we could have kept 6 guys happy, if you understand my point, because the amount of injuries we've had, we would have been able to keep 6 guys happy. And it also depends on the manager, what sort of formations he plays. Keep 6 guys happy, yep.
I almost could go and say this. Look, I could see maybe if we had like a Divock Origi style forward on the bench, someone that we know was comfortable and okay with not being the quote unquote like main striker, but when it comes to like cup games or like, you know, FA Cup games or League Cup games, or maybe even like if considering we were in the Europa, you know, those kind of conditions, they're cool with getting those kinds of starts. But like but even then, a lot of times you have these top strikers, they all they want their goals. They understand goals are currency. You know. So and when you have these competitions that you most likely will be playing lesser competition, especially, and you know that you could probably bag like 3-4 goals or whatever, those are the competitions they want to be a part of sometimes, as opposed to sitting on the bench and letting, you know, that second striker get some glory.
The most instructive, the best example you could give of how and when the
Sorry.
What's up, bro?
Sorry, no. I just saw Stefano's. I saw Stefano's question. I got all excited. Sorry about that. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Brian.
I thought Man City got done for their 115 charges or something.
No. Even better. I'll bring up Stefano's question in a second. Go ahead, Brian. I'm sorry. I apologize.
What was it?
We're talking about strikers and like.
I have it.
Mm-hmm.
If you're the one example that you could give, and this is where like I was saying about it's cool if you're kind of winning everything. When Ronaldo goes to Real Madrid, and Benzema basically just becomes his workhorse for the best part of what 8 years, 6, 7, 8 years, and pretty much gives up, plays off, and pretty much gives up all his goal scoring ambitions to play with Ronaldo and to get in the team and to watch Ronaldo score 700, 800 goals for Real Madrid.
Mm-hmm.
And then as soon as Ronaldo goes to Juve, everyone's thinking, well, what are they going to do? You know, Benzema, he hasn't been our goal scorer for a long time. Benzema goes right back into the middle and starts putting up 30 plus numbers. Starts putting up ridiculous goal scoring numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Becomes a main man for them. So, and that's, you need a guy like Benzema who's prepared to do that at a club like Madrid where he knows, well, I can either stay here and win stuff or go to a much smaller club. So that's one example recently, but that's at Real Madrid, you know.
Yeah. My answer to this, Lee, by the way, too, is very similar to what Pops has to say. So I did see his earlier answer was spot on too. Let me see if I can find his earlier answer from this. I think he said something about their futures. I think it does have some impact. Personally, I personally think that it does have some impact on their futures with this club. I think it certainly has some impact on their futures with our impressions of them with the club. But Beja Pop says the fans also deserve some proper football to close out the season and give us a boost and something to look forward to. I think that realistically it gets down to it's just all about pride, Lee, in my humble opinion. I think it's just about pride at this moment. I don't think that, I mean, we all know mathematically we still are, I think we're still in or could be in for some title hope in one way or another, but it's pretty much 0%, practically 0.01% that actually comes out to be the case. So with that said, you know, we're just basically playing for not only pride, but I think I would like to see them play for what they said they wanted to do earlier when we heard Jurgen make his announcement, and that is send this manager off with a proper send-off, in the sense of at least sending him off with, you know, a win, something that he could, like, you know, hang his hat on. You don't want to go out losing, you know, or, you know, it's bad enough that our season has somewhat come to this point. We don't definitely want to go out on a whimper. Let's see. And here's one suggestion too for that striker concept. He says Anelka and Owen, even though Owen was trying to force Anelka out wide like he did to Heskey.
Yeah, I was considering just in terms of, is it possible to do it in a team today? We're more that way. Definitely not. But back in the excuse me, back in the day, we definitely had more combinations. But at the moment, I just if you're playing with one striker and there's only, you know, you have two, two and one don't go. But what I think we're playing for, almost very little, because at this stage the actual pressure is off. We're playing for nothing. So even any performances, I won't be reading a whole lot into them. But all I said the other day was, at this stage, you can only play to show the fans that you still care. But even then, I mean, like, I think Klopp could care less at this stage whether we get 3 points or 9 points. I don't think it's going to affect his mood leaving. I don't think he's going to be happier leaving because we beat Wolves and Villa and Spurs. I don't think he really. I think that press conference the other day showed you that he's still here to do his job, but he couldn't really give two, F's anymore. So I think they're all just coasting home, like someone saying he's on the beach. I think they are kind of half on the beach. So go out, just play good football. Because just take it like an open game of football. You're good at football, go out and play, score a few goals. But if Mo was to turn on tomorrow, it's not like I'm going to go, oh wow, look, he's back. We needed it. We needed it 6 games ago.
Yeah.
It's not really worth anything now. It's not. So
you could possibly even see it this way, though, Brian, too, because considering, just like you're saying, because the pressure's off, because you can kind of like play your game, and unfortunately, why and how we haven't been able to conceptualize that mentality. Whereas it's like, because I know Klopp definitely doesn't really put that kind of pressure, at least on his players. He kind of just says, go out there, enjoy the game concept, But now it's just that. It's like, what else can you do other than just go out there and enjoy the game?
None of it will impress me, is all I'm trying to get at. Nothing will impress me. Like, it's too late for it. I mean, we needed performances last month, start of April. They didn't come when we needed them.
They didn't come when we needed it. Yeah, unfortunately, they
don't really care what they do now. I don't really care what they do now.
Well, okay, all right. I mean, I do care. I would like to see. I personally would like to see the sheer press off.
Completely don't care. I mean, but I mean, just if we win 3-0, it'd be great. But
but it does little. It does little for you.
It does. Now. Yeah, it makes no difference to where we are in the league. Really, it won't make. We'll probably finish third, regardless of what happens. But they weren't there when we needed them. So just put on a few good performances at home.
Yeah,
a few goals for the fans. Like you say, pressure's off. Go out and express yourself.
Go out and express yourself. Just go out there and just like have which is unfortunately, like I said, it's just something I wish that they had been able to do a long time ago, and just like not kind of like wilter under the pressure. Big up to I just saw Tom. Big up to Tom. Good to see you. Tom. Good to see you. Angel in the house. Good to see you. What's that?
Yeah.
Oh, big up the chat. Oh, yeah, for sure. Big up to Angel. And big up to M. Tarmizi, Drunk Vigo. I think I said hello to everyone else before that. I also wanted to bring this question up. Hopefully the Irishman comes back for this one. This is a fun one. I don't know.
I want to win tomorrow.
What's that?
By the way, I want to win. 100%. Like, I don't care even if it's a friendly, if it's a charity shield. I want to win every game we play in.
Yes. Big up to Norm. Big up, Norm. Good to see you, brother. Yeah, good to see you. Proper red for sure. But yes, there was a good question here that I wanted to bring up. And it's there is a question for Brian, but I'll wait and hold off until Brian comes back for that. But this was a question. It says, film question for later. John Wick films or the Equalizer films? That's a great. That's the one I got like kind of hyped over. That's the one I went ooh when I saw it get posted, because I love films, and I do love John Wick films, and I do love the Equalizer films as well. I thought that Denzel has put a spin on that series that I really, really enjoyed. I know the Equalizer originally was a TV series. It kind of dealt with had a different mentality of a conception of what the Equalizer was than Denzel's take. But Denzel's take is a bad man. to say the least. He's definitely always like, whenever he's like fixing the watch on like, just give like a time on, let me see if I can beat my best, on that one. It's kind of interesting. I would go, but I think that I would go with, I still would go with, that's a tough one, man. Do you have a preference? Do you have a preference between John Wick or The Equalizer?
I have seen the first two John Wicks. I have not seen any of the Equalizer, but I remember the Equalizer Edward Woodward Equalizer show. So
yeah,
I'm gonna watch.
This is
I'm
nothing
gonna
like
watch the
that.
Denzel one.
Nothing like that. Absolutely
Yeah,
night
so
and day. He's all like, it was a TV series, so he's all prim and proper, yeah, it was more about like the English accent in New York City, you know what I mean? With when it came to that. But yeah, proper.
I'm gonna check it out.
Denzel's an amazing actor as is, but I
Yeah,
mean, like,
he's
he
top.
mixed that all in, yeah. So I probably would go with yeah, John Wick got very far. It did. It got very
I like
comic
Canada.
book-ish. It's definitely got very comic bookish towards like more and more as the sequels start to hit. Yeah, I want to lean towards The Equalizer, to be honest with you, because it's just The Equalizer.
Okay.
He's a bad boy.
I'm gonna check it. I'm gonna check it for sure.
Yeah, but John Wick is a good series. It's a very good series.
The first two are big time.
Yeah. Oh wow, Norm, that's crazy. Edwards Woodward was the original Equalizer. He has all the box sets. He used to watch it religiously in the 1980s. Wow. Yeah, man. It was just funny because, like, of course, like Woodward, it's funny because like he's in New York City, but like we get it, he's English, but then to even make him more English, what kind of car he drives? A Jaguar, of course, as his car. I was like, okay, keeping him 100, I got you. So I guess they couldn't have him driving a Ford or something, that just wouldn't work out. Maybe put him in a Mini Cooper or something like that. Would have been funny. Yeah, but anyways, yes, Equalizer did keep it real for sure. There were some people in them that went on to big. Oh yeah, definitely.
No, Tom, he didn't. That's Columbo that wore the tan trench coat. Edward Woodward Equalizer had the black wool overcoat, wasn't a trench coat. Thick black overcoat always. And the gloves.
Don't get Brian started on Columbo.
Well, yeah,
that's his guy. No one beats Columbo.
He's confusing the tan trench coat with the like he always had the black gloves and the black coat, and the black car, and everything was all black. But as someone else pointed out a few weeks ago, like that guy was just beating the crap out of guys half his age. It was so unrealistic when you look back at it. But I used to love that. I've never seen any of the. I've never seen John Wick movie, and I've never seen one of the new Equalizer movies. So I'll have to take your guys' word on it.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out because, like, the movie that M. Tarmizi just put up here, The Killer, a girl who deserves. It's called The Killer, a girl who deserves to die.
That sounds great fun for all the family.
Yeah, exactly.
The kids around to watch that on Christmas Day.
Exactly.
Really.
Be sure to bring that to that family event right there. Apparently, yeah, I've heard The Killer, like Ichiban, like it's I've heard The Killer. There's a Japanese movie called The Killer. I've heard that movie, which is a crazy movie, by the way, absolutely crazy movie. But
the Koreans and the Japanese are always remaking each other's movies. And I know a lot of the westerns and stuff are remakes of that Japanese, but I know like every movie that's like really good in Japan or Korea, each one always like remakes it, don't they? They make their own version of it and stuff to put it out to their own audience. They have no
Well,
problem doing
Ichi
it.
the
They
Killer,
usually
it's
make better
called.
films.
Yeah, Ichi the Killer is not. I don't know if that's the Japanese version. That was a Japanese movie. It was 2001, I think, or 2000 or something like that. It's
Sounds
an
like
older movie, I should say now. I mean, but at the time it was like, it was like a very it's like it's a Yakuza movie, but it's like a horror Yakuza movie. Like this guy in Ichi the Killer. He's kind of like he's just a psychopath. I don't know how to put it, and it's like a horror movie. It's a Yakuza movie, but it's a Yakuza horror movie, which is it's like, so, it deals with like obviously that genre, but it's very, 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 it gets really, really in depth, and it's pretty crazy the way that they go about it. What does it say? His son Nicholas. Oh, wait a minute. Did you know that? That was his son, by the way?
What are you reading? What comment?
Johnny. And his son, so Woodward's son in The Equalizer played Johnny in Karate Kid. I did not know that. Wow. That's pretty. That's a strong little quote there, or a little concept. Yeah.
I don't know. Is he the bad guy? Is he like the bad kid? Right.
Johnny was, yeah. Johnny was the guy was the main main bad guy that he had to go.
Yeah.
Like, I guess you could say the sensei was also one of the main bad
but you
guys.
know what I mean. Yeah, but you know what I mean. But you know what I mean. He's the guy he was fighting. He was the other kid.
He's the blonde. He's the blonde kid that
that makes sense.
He's like, sweep the leg. He's in a body bag, or whatever he said. Whatever. Put him in a body bag. Whatever the guy was saying in the background.
That whole thing came back in a big way, didn't it?
Yeah.
Cobra Kai and all that.
Because they did, they brought back that whole thing. Exactly, Stefano just brought it back. Cobra Kai. They brought back
William Zabka, you mean, yeah?
Huh?
William Zabka? No?
Is that who it is? I don't know. Oh, yeah. I put it in, and put it in. Or it should be Norm. But, yep. I thought Cobra Kai was good. The first season was good, and then it kind of like, kind of filtered down from there. Danielson's character was kind of like
see him without thinking of one of those Logan Paul brothers.
Without doing what? Say again.
Like the first time I saw that, I think I saw a thing for it, and I thought it was one of those Logan Paul brothers.
Mm-hmm.
It was the dude. So I just immediately shut it down in my consciousness. I've never seen it, but it took me about 3 months to realize that it wasn't one of the Logan Paul people playing it. I just thought he's kind of got on a TV show now, because he was doing all that fighting and boxing stuff. So I just
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Get what you're saying.
Yeah, I thought he's got off and done this.
He's gone off and got his own series.
Really
Yeah.
Yeah, he looked, well, to me, he looked like one of them anyway.
Got you. Yeah. But yeah, so let's get a score prediction from you guys, and let me hear your score predictions in the chat too. Score prediction and scorer prediction. I know it's a crapshoot when it comes to these games. There are some interesting statistics for this game too. If you want, I maybe even have a trivia question. If you want a trivia question, you guys would like that. All right.
So I think there's going to be a lot of goals in this. So.
Yeah. This game has always served up quite a bit of goals, to tell you the truth, when these two teams face off.
I'm going to
Um,
stick with my 4-2 anyway. I said 4-2 yesterday, and I'll stick with that.
okay, 4-2.
Uh,
Who do you have scoring?
so
You don't have to get. You don't have to get the.
I'll let
You don't have to give
I'll let
Spurs
JK
scores,
give his,
but you just give our
I'll,
scores,
I'll let JK give his score, and I'll
and
think
then you
about
give
how
your
my
scores.
scores
Okay.
are. Then try
Okay.
to give the second one at least. So.
All right. No worries. Yeah. JK, what's your score prediction?
I'll go with a 2-0. Darwin and Salah to score. And I went with a 3-1 yesterday as well.
So you're going 3-1.
So
Okay.
2-0, 3-0, 3-1. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And 4-2 from the Irishman. Okay.
Yeah, I'll go
I'm
with a
going
couple.
to go. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I want to go 4-1, but I'll go also. My fallback would be. My fallback will be 2-1.
Wait. We only get since when do we get
I
two
said
guesses?
my fallback. I said my fallback. I want to go for.
Well,
I
how
said my
does that
score
work?
is 4-1. My score is 4-1.
Oh, your score
But
is 4-1. Okay.
yeah.
Who's your
But
pick?
I could easily see 2-1 being the score too. But
No,
but I'm sticking. My score that I'm putting out there is 4-1.
who's your scores?
I have. Let me get my thing up here. I have Nunez scoring, and I also have Salah scoring.
Oh,
So
funny.
3-2 each.
I have Nunez scoring a hat trick. Why not? Why
I'll
not?
go. I'll go
Why
with
not?
two for Gakpo. 2 for Gakpo. One for McAllister, and 1 for Salah.
Okay. You got your scorers, JK? And I'm going to bring up
Darwin.
the stats in a second. Go ahead.
Yeah. Darwin and Salah. Yeah.
Darwin and Salah. Okay.
About time.
Yeah. It's about that time. That's right.
It's about that time.
Stefano says 3-1. Lee says 3-1. Trent, oh, that'd be nice to see. Trent with like maybe a free kick. Salah and McAllister. That's a pretty good shout. Tom has it 3-1. He has Maka, Salah, and Diaz. And he also has Son scoring. Son loves a goal against us. I'll tell you that much. He definitely loves a goal against us. Welcome to Jean Grey, by the way. Big up. Another one of our Reds queens out there. 3-1. She has it Salah, Darwizi, and Diaz. I feel you on the Diaz. I want it. There's only so many goals you can give out, and I could see Diaz getting our first goal, but I'm just gonna go. I'll go with my gut and just put it out there. But yes, that is something. That would be something to see. Oh, so I promised you a trivia question. Let me bring this down here. So here is the trivia question. Who is the only manager to win consecutive Premier League games against Jurgen Klopp? Who is the only manager to win Premier League games against Klopp? There's only one manager. Should I play the Jeopardy music? I don't want there to be too much silence, too much airtime silence. This is for the chat too. You guys can offer any guesses that you guys want to, so you can be the quiz, the winner, or not the winner, but quiz master. That's a good guess. Jean Grey. Not correct, but it wasn't very. That was good. That was a good shout.
My
Good, JK. I know Brian's got a guess. Let me see if JK can get it though, because Brian's always down with the quizzes. Yeah, good, JK.
Thomas Frank.
Oh, you said the same thing Jean Grey said. All right, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Nope.
I haven't looked at that comment.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah. Brian, go ahead. No, I don't mean who has a winning record over Klopp. I mean who is the only manager to win consecutive, meaning like won 2 games in a row against Klopp in the Premier League. There's only been one coach. I'm just answering Pops' question.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking that because I know it's fucking. It's not someone that good.
So I'll give you a hint. It's not big. It's not Big Ange. So, that's pretty obvious, but considering.
Really annoying.
I don't know if I'll get. I don't know if we get copywritten for doing that or not.
So it's consecutive Premier League games, right?
Yes, consecutive Premier League games. Tom guessed Poch. Nope, not him either.
It's gonna be Antonio Conte.
It is not Antonio Conte. I have a follow-up question too. Since you guys are kind of a little bit staggered on this one, I'll give you guys another, 30 some odd seconds or something like that to take another. You want to take another stab or?
Oh, that's the thing. You say I want to try and think. I could just start randomly naming. Right?
Yeah. You could just randomly throw out names. Yeah, and it's not It's not Eric Sevenhog.
Arteta, Unai Emery,
no.
Brendan Rodgers, Daniel Farke.
Okay, now you're just throwing out names. Yeah.
I told you, because it started.
Yeah. I just meant like another stab, not prison shanks. Like, Dad, go on, Larry. Like, ja. Of course, you're gonna eventually get it. The answer is Brendan Rodgers.
I said Rodgers, yeah.
Well, yeah, I know you said. That's
in one of my little things. Yeah,
in the long list. Yeah. When you said it, you could probably see my poker
like
face.
The fifth. He was probably the fifth guy. No, I wasn't. Okay, so what's the follow-up question?
Can anyone? Well, this is a quick follow-up question. Can you name the year? What year was that he did it in?
The year or the season?
Season, the year, I guess.
Well, so if I say 2017, would it be 2017-18 season or 2016-2017?
No, it's not that year either. Anyway,
but that's what. Yeah,
but I get what you're saying. So, yeah. Just give the I guess
season,
give the season.
November and then
I can figure it out. I have the actual year that it was, but I can figure out what season it was. And
so twice in the same year in the same season.
Okay. Yeah.
In the league. Okay.
So
like August and December or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it doesn't necessarily. Yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean that it could be right. It doesn't because you know why I think it was. I think why it was this way is because it doesn't necessarily mean that it was in the same season. It could have been like.
Oh, so there's
he won. He could have been. It possibly could be like he won the previous year, and then the first time they faced off in the Premier League the next year, he ended up winning too. That kind of concept too. It could be.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
2019. Well, I've already had two guesses. I'll leave it at 2019.
The year. I see some people trying to figure it out. I'll end up giving it to you. It was 2021. 2021. Leicester City, 2021. Oh man. Yeah. So yeah.
The Irishman.
2019.
The Irishman.
How about this?
Pop's got it.
Pops. Yep.
Pops
Got
got
it.
it.
Yep. I see it. I see it. So we spoke about Son. Son is scoring. Son has scored 4 consecutive games against the Reds. Son, I'll repeat this one. This is the follow up or another question. I guess trivia question. Son has scored in 4 consecutive games against Liverpool. Okay.
Oh,
There is
great.
only one other player to have scored in more consecutive games than Son against Liverpool. Who is the only player to score in 5 consecutive games against the Reds? Who is the only player to score in 5 consecutive games against the Reds?
League games.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Who always scores?
Oh, wow. All right. Pops is on fire right now.
Oh, he got it straight. Oh, Vardy. Oh, okay. Right. Yeah.
Pops is on fire. Fire. Can you name the year? Can you name the year, Pops? Or can anyone name the year too?
What? He didn't score against us in 5 consecutive games in a single year, did he?
Right. Well, yeah. Well, it wasn't just all league games, I guess, then too. Because you know why? Because it's 2 years that I'm looking at. It was what years was it between? I'll say it like that. Because he used to be our one of our kryptonites. Some might even say he still is, but flipping boxes, yeah, they were. Yeah.
17, 18? 17,
That's close.
18?
That was close. 2016, between 2016 and 2017 are the dates that he put in 5 consecutive games. He scored.
That goal Pops is talking about there, I can still see that myself, man. As soon as that went in, I said they're winning the league. As soon as that went in, I said they're winning the league. They are winning. Everything they touched went in. And as soon as that went in, it just thought, it's just the stars have aligned. The gods are on their side. Even just ridiculous. Ridiculous goal.
I'll give you one more. Since I'm feeling in the quizmaster mode here. Okay. Liverpool have conceded the opening goal since we've all been talking about, Liverpool getting scored on, conceding the opening goal at least. Liverpool have conceded the opening goal in 16 Premier League games this season. No, that's a lot. It's a lot. I understand it.
I was hoping 16 was going to be the question because I knew that.
But 16 opening goals is not in the Premier League is not the Liverpool record of opening goals scored on us. Can anyone name the Reds team that had more? And if you can name the number, that'd be even more impressive. But there's one other team in Liverpool Premier League history that has more opening goals conceded than this current team. Can you name the team, the Reds team that has done so?
So by the team, you mean like the 0405
yes.
team, or the 06, obviously not like the 11. You mean
like the 2013, 2014 team.
Yeah. So
Tom says this question stinks of Hodge. Yeah, it does.
It stinks of a couple of managers, Tom, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I mean.
I know, Pops. I get it. You got to sometimes go into the dark to find the light.
I don't think even Hodgson was that bad defensive. 14, 15.
2014, 2015 is your guess. Okay. JK, you want to take a crack at this one? Tom thinks it's Roy Evans' first season. Okay.
What's that, 19?
Gene thinks it was Roy's season. Okay. What is you want to take a quick stab at this, JK, or I'll give the answer after you give your crack.
Yeah, Hudson as well.
Okay, you're saying Roy. You'd be surprised to know, it is not since 2004-2005 season under Rafa, where we conceded 20 games. We conceded the opening goal in a single campaign.
League games.
Yes. Premier League games, yeah. Premier League games, yeah.
No.
Yep. We've conceded the opening goal in 16 Premier League games this season. Not since 2004-2005 under Rafa have we done so more in a single campaign. It was 20.
That was
2004
as an example.
I know. I tried not to give it away because you came out. You're like 2004, 2005, or like 2005, 2006. I was like, yep. This is what makes sure. Oh man. Well, yeah. Sometimes you gotta. You just say times are bad, but they've been worse. That's my part and point. That's my part and point of why I'm saying it this way. Oh man.
For sure, yeah. Look, you never. Gene is saying Rafa, or sorry, and what Gene is saying, but the lads are kind of obviously everybody's like, you never would have guessed Rafa, but you never would have had it under Klopp either. You never would have had us, going on a kind of a run. Like as I said, this has all been not something that I've enjoyed seeing. It's great. The whole sure, isn't it fantastic? Isn't it brilliant? We always go one down. We always come back. We always win. It's brilliant crack. It's so much fun, isn't it? Great way to see. Yeah, I'm just sitting there banging my head against the wall, like watching this nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
Like this, every single bloody game, 1-0 down, 1-0 down. Crystal Palace, like stupid crap teams.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't funny. It wasn't, something that we could, cling on to or, make it our thing. It was just like, eventually the well was going to run dry. We were going to run out of luck. We were going to run out of comebacks. We were going to run out of second half team talks that inspired everybody. So that is something that you can take it for a little while and use it as something, but that's the kind of stuff that just has to stop because it becomes endemic. The more it happens, the more likely it is to happen the next time.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of stuff, it's great to see, like comeback FC and all of that. It's good, brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
But let's start next season with a rock solid mentality from the back. Get Ali and Van Dijk back to what they were, hopefully, and just stop all this nonsense because it makes for good. Yeah, it makes for a fun watch, but you can only take so much of it.
Yeah, I'll give the 2004, 2005. This was what we ended up with in 2004, 2005. That year we finished with 58 points, 17 wins, seven draws, 14 defeats, and our home record was 12-4-3 and 5-3-11 on the road.
I've got a quick question. If anybody in the chat wants to have a go at it.
We did end up fifth, by the way, too. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was the season we won it. We finished fifth, and Everton had to go into the qualifying, which they messed up. But if there's anyone in the chat who can guess, right? Obviously, we all know that we were banned from Europe for a while. Okay. So everyone remembers that. But does anybody know who scored our first goal in European competition after the ban. I mean, when in our first game back in Europe, after the ban was finished, which player scored our first goal in European football? And it's a tough one, right? So I
Can you
will
tell us the
give you
game?
a clue.
Oh,
No,
okay, yeah.
what I'll do is I'll give you a clue. Oh, well, there you go. There you go. No clues. No clues needed. No clues
no
needed.
clues. I didn't
No
even got to
clues
finish
needed.
the question practically.
Yeah. No, I gave him the question. I was about to give a clue.
Yeah.
Say that they used to play for Villa.
Yeah.
They also used to play. Well, of course, Norman was bloody. I
Oh, of
forgot to
course
bring.
not.
Yeah, I forgot to take into account the fact that Norman has been at every single game in the last 30 years. So yeah, I forgot. I forgot that one. Yeah, I need to
Well,
take
then here's a
Norman into
question
account.
for you. Then I'll do one more last before we
So,
guys would
but
come
can
up on the
Norman
night.
put in the chat? As you ask, can you put in the chat who it was against? Because I think, was it a Finnish team? Was it a team from Finland? Maybe I can't remember. I think it might have been a team from Finland.
Okay.
But Norm will tell you. But yeah, not like literally. Not only did Norm know the answer, he actually saw the answer happening. I mean, come on.
All right. So how about this? This will be my since we're having fun with these quiz questions. And we're coming up on the 90th minute. I'll ask this to the chat, and I'll ask this. I'll allow for the chat to try to get an answer in. Big up to the Red Machine, by the way, for joining us. Big up. And hello to Bernie, by the way. I don't think I got the chance to say hello to Bernie.
Yeah, I think I did. I say hello to Barney. If I didn't,
I don't
Barney.
think so. I don't think so.
Sorry, Barney.
So this competition that we're going into against the Spurs is certainly one that packs a lot of drama, to say the least. It has a lot of 90th minute winners in the Prem. Okay. So it has a lot of 90th minute winners in the Prem. It has the most of any fixture in the competition's history, by the way. Okay. Can anyone out there name how many and what's the you can name how many it is? Let's say that there's 11, let's say 90-minute winners or something like that. And then you could say Liverpool had 7, Spurs had 4. Can anyone name how many last minute winners, 90th minute winners this competition has created? And what is the ratio?
The match I missed the start. So this game between us and Spurs.
Mm-hmm. It has this game between Liverpool and Spurs has the most 90th minute winners in the Premier League.
Okay. So the guess is how many?
How many times? Yeah, how many times? And what's the ratio? What's the breakdown?
Oh, 17, 10 to us, 7 to them.
What? You said 17?
17, 10 to us, 7 to them.
Oh, okay. All right. 90th minute winners? No. Tom says 12. That's no. Lee says 7. 2 to 5. Lee. That was good guess, but no. Ann says 12. Again, like Tom, that would be a no. I'll give you. Bernadette thinks we are the highest. Okay. I'll give you guys one more crack at it. Anybody else want to put a guess in? JK, you want to put a guess in?
12.
12? Why would you say that? Why would you say 12? I literally just told Tom he was wrong.
Oh, he said 12.
And then Norm gives a guess with 12, and I said, still no.
Then I had you on mute. That's why. Never heard them. Okay, I'll go 13 then.
I know. Oh, man. Nigel says 9, and Pop says 5 or 6. You got to pick one, Pops. You got to pick one. The Red Machine says 11. Spurs with 4. Liverpool with 7. Jean Gray says 9.
Hello.
Man. Yep.
Hello. Sorry, I
All right,
missed.
I'll
What
give.
was the answer? What was the answer
Pops.
for the
We just all
90-minute
need
thing?
to just follow. Apparently, Pops is on fire with the with my trivia today. It is 6. You should expect late drama in this one because Liverpool have 3 90th minute winners. Spurs have 3 90th minute winners against us in this fixture. That is what the answer is. There are 6 90th minute winners, 3 for us, 3 for them.
In Premier League history, so since 1992 or something, is it?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, I probably went a bit high with the old 17 there. Yeah, that's fair.
That was I know. I was gonna say 17. Yeah. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I knew there was. I saw someone coming up the footpaths. I knew I was going to have to answer the door, so I just threw out a number.
Yeah,
but yeah, probably a bit high. All right. Yeah.
My 3 times
And
12
as soon
was
as I was saying it, I was like, wow, those are some games. Like just 17. Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Goals. This game just means
I see,
usually
Bernie.
just means goals, and yeah, not mid-drop, but just two teams that just tend to attack each. You can't help attack each other,
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
at each other, and
Yeah.
like I said, with their injury problems at left side, and or like nothing, like we're talking about the freewheeling, nothing to play for, so just go out and enjoy yourself, express yourself, that kind of thing.
I know of one. I know of one that I would. I mean, maybe because it's recency. I know people could say probably recency bias, but I do know of the 90th minute winner, the 90th plus minute winner, that sticks in my mind as one of the most enjoyable. Is there a 90th minute winner that is for you? I could tell you mine if you want to hear mine first. But and they'll give you maybe a little time to think of any last minute winner against the Spurs that you can remember that really stuck out for you guys. But I would say the one at Anfield where the Pigeon scored and he took off his shirt and he went all crazy. And then literally probably by the time he put his kit back on, Diego had gone down the pitch and scored the winning goal for us. Remember that?
That's my favorite.
That's possibly my favorite. That could be my favorite. Just simply because that was the Pigeon scoring that goal was huge because it was like I think one of his first I want to say it was like his first goal for Spurs at the time.
Probably was. It probably was.
Right? And he doing his pigeon dance. He had his shirt off and he was just, oh my gosh. Everyone was just like, Diego was like, okay, hold my beer. Just went down and scored an incredible goal. That was when you're like, okay, we see you, Diego. Is there any other that you could think of, by the way, by chance?
I'm just saying to Norman's question, Ivan Leonardson is one as well. Played for both clubs.
Okay.
No, the 90-minute ones. Can anyone remind me of a few? Because I'm terrible for that stuff. Like what were a couple of the other ones?
Let's see. I'm sure Norm was probably at one or two of them. To be honest with you. Oh, you know what? I think it was one of them.
Robbie Keane. Robbie Keane. We bought him.
Didn't Bobby have one?
Back after 5 minutes.
Didn't Bobby have one? I want to say. I think Bobby had a
I think Bobby did. Was it Salah? Salah? Did Salah?
Yeah, Bobby got one. Yeah, I remember Bobby had one. That was a great goal too. That was pretty iconic.
Yeah, I'm terrible at remembering stuff.
You don't remember that one? That one was a really, really good goal too. I'm gonna pull them up for you here.
Yeah, I have a really bad memory for goals unless they happened like 25 years ago. Things like anything. I have a really bad memory for recent things. Like I know people can, if you ask me, like asking me, like the stuff I know nothing about is always the most recent season. you know, like I
Mhm.
can tell you more about older stuff. Yeah, I'm really bad at remembering stuff that happened 6 months ago.
I wonder if
I know, Tom. I know.
I think probably. I mean, like I guess it's an own goal, but Matip's goal would, I guess, probably fall into that category too. Then technically, right?
Yeah. That was last minute. Yeah.
I didn't want to bring it up.
It was the winner.
Yeah,
Right,
no, I got you. Yeah. 2020, 2021 was the year Bobby scored the goal against Spurs, by the way. Let's see. I'm trying to think of what other goal there was. Yeah, that Bobby's goal was a pretty historic goal too. I mean, that was a really incredible goal that he scored. Harry, okay, cool. Versus 2005, 2006 was the other one. Okay. Anyone else have any of the other ones that stick out for you guys?
No, not for me. They're just
None?
Spurs, you know.
None.
Like
Just
Crab
wondering.
was saying to me. Yeah, Crab was saying to me earlier today,
that's the
like,
one too.
What he was saying to me, like,
I think that wasn't.
I don't.
Brian. Oh, sorry. I was gonna say Brian. I think maybe this will. I think that was the COVID year or the pandemic year. Excuse me, not the pandemic year.
I don't remember anything happened over those 2 years.
Yeah, I think that because he sprinted. I think after he scored the goal, he sprinted like this, as Pop said. He sprinted all the way down. He just started running to like the entire length of the pitch, practically.
Who
Bobby
did?
when he scored.
Oh, okay. Yeah, give it to that one. So that sounds good.
Okay,
go with that one.
All right.
I honestly, I can't think. Like, I'm not gonna, because I'm trying to think of it. I just can't remember them. So I can't remember Bobby running the length of the pitch. No, but it's just like, I mean, Crab was talking the other round. He's like, well, I think we're going to win 4-2, and Crab was like, I think 2-2. I don't trust these boys at all. And I said, yeah, I don't really trust them that much either after the last couple of months. And he was like saying, well, why do you back them to win 4-2? And it's like, it's Spurs. It's Tottenham.
No, I think that year that was against. I want to say that was against against Mourinho too. I think Bobby's goal was against Mourinho when we played him. So that's what kind of made it a little bit more enjoyable to see.
Mourinho, I bet Mourinho wants everybody to forget he was ever at Spurs. What was Man?
I bet he does. Here's
a good job of making it fairly forgettable.
Here, I'm having so much fun with these trivia questions. Okay, so this is the last one. Unless you guys want me to do one or two more, maybe I can.
No, yeah, keep going.
Yeah,
keep going. I'm grateful.
All right, so here's another question for you guys then.
And can I just say one thing, right? Norm, if you know the answer immediately, just put I know. Just put I know the answer in the chat, and we will believe you.
Yeah.
And just give it. Just give us a minute. If you do, just put in I know, and we'll be okay.
You might know this one. This one is not. This one, so I'd say on the difficult measure, on the difficult meter, probably like a 1 out of 10 is probably like a 6, maybe.
Well, so I thought Saunders was a difficult one. Okay. Got that in a millisecond. He got that in less than a.
I know. He did. Okay, so some of us had Salah scoring, which possibly in this matchup coming up. If he does, that will be the 9th time he has scored against the Spurs. The 9th time he has scored against the Spurs, and that will be a record. Okay, that would be a club record for a player goal tally against Spurs. Okay, you understand the premise, right?
So that's the most goals any Liverpool player has ever scored against Spurs.
Right. Currently he's tied with
Okay.
3 other players.
Oh, okay.
He's currently tied with 3 other players. If he were to score his 9th, he'd be the sole, he'd be in first place.
He'd be number 1. Yeah.
Right, all by himself. Can you name the 3 players that he is currently tied with? Can you name the 3 players he is currently tied with? And Lee just named one of them.
Michael Owen?
No.
Ian Rush?
Lee, you should have quit while you're ahead, Lee. You had it.
Steven Gerrard?
Nope.
Ian Rush?
Rush and Fowler is not correct either. Stevie G is incorrect. Aldo is incorrect.
Suarez
And Owen are both incorrect. Ooh, Norm gets a X. He gets a survey says. Oh wow. I didn't think this one was gonna be that
I was
hard.
gonna say Mane. Mane.
Suarez is incorrect. Mane is incorrect. So far, you got 1 out of 3 so far. Ian Rush is 1.
That's correct.
Torres. No.
Ian Rush is correct? No.
Ian Rush is correct. Ian Rush is the only
Oh,
one.
it is correct. Yeah, okay. I got that one. That's cool.
Trust me. I wish it was Torres, guys. I wish it was. Huh?
Torres isn't here. On 8 goals, right? They're tied on 8.
They're all, yes.
Yeah.
Torres
Torres
the club record against Spurs currently is held by 4 people.
In the Premier League.
Right. Ian Rush has 1. And so does Salah. Lee just got the 2nd.
Oh.
No, Lee didn't get the 2nd one. Excuse me. He said Kennedy. That's wrong.
Yeah, so it's Premier League only, right? Is this a Premier League or is this all time?
I would assume it's.
Assume
so. It doesn't tell me, Brian. I would assume so, but I just know that's the club record is 8 so far against. Oh, in the league, yes, it is in the league.
No, in the Premier League. In the Premier League, like 1992. No, I don't mean league. I mean Premier League. 1992.
Oh, that I can't confirm or deny.
Yeah, because Rushie's on there, isn't it? It's Rushie.
Yeah, that changes it completely. I was thinking
it just says in the question I just put in the league. I didn't know. I don't know if I designated.
That's probably
designated
it.
Yeah. I don't think it's actually. It's most likely no. It's not probably just in the league. It's not necessarily just in Premier League. Just so you know.
Well,
Don't try to and then lie. I know that you guys are all like, oh well, that changes it.
No. Well, it does. No, I was thinking. I'm just thinking. So Dalglish and Hunt, are Dalglish and Hunt on this list? Is
all right. Brian just got both of them.
Yeah. Well, obviously that's not. Yeah, Dalglish and Hunt.
There you go.
So it's not Premier. Yeah, it's not Premier League.
Dalglish and Rush are the 3 that Mo Salah is tied with currently. Yes.
Good question.
You said there's gonna be lots of goals. Since you guys are having fun with this, you said there's gonna be lots of goals in this game, which are we have seen a lot of goals scored in this game. There are only 2 fixtures in the Premier League era that have seen more goals than Liverpool versus Tottenham. Okay, there's only 2 fixtures that have seen more goals. So Liverpool versus Spurs has seen 185 goals in the Premier League era. Okay.
1992 Premier League only. So Premier League
only.
Yeah.
Premier League era.
By the way,
there have been 185 goals scored in the Premier League era for Liverpool versus Spurs. Can you name the 2 fixtures? And this doesn't mean, and that also doesn't mean that it like Liverpool doesn't have to be a part of it. Okay.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Yeah, any other? Yeah. So it's Premier League game. Yeah.
Yep. There's only 2 other fixtures that have had more goals scored in them. Can you name the 2?
Manchester United versus Everton.
Yes, Lee Wizkid. This is all fixtures, not just Liverpool versus. Yes. Go ahead, Brian, would you ask?
Manchester United versus
I
Everton.
think
No, that's incorrect.
Liverpool Newcastle. Liverpool Newcastle.
No.
No, what you see, JK, what you have to think is it will be between two teams that will have always been in the Premier League.
Definitely,
Newcastle were relegated.
because you got
Now,
to get the tally up there. Yeah,
to get that number up there, like any team that was even relegated for a few years will probably knock it out. So it's going to have to be only. Yeah, the North London Derby is a shout. Is the North
it is. It
North
could
London
be, but
Derby?
it is not on there.
You'd be good. You'd be good.
You would be
talk
yes,
shows, bro.
yeah.
I'm telling
That would be
you.
great, wouldn't it? But it's wrong. Chelsea Everton is not on the list. Arsenal Spurs is not on the list. I'll give you this hint. I'll give you this hint. Obviously,
Is Everton Liverpool on it?
No, it is not. I probably wouldn't have guessed Everton Liverpool only because a lot of the Everton Liverpool games have been like 1-2-1, 1-0, those kind of games. 1-1. There's been a lot of like really low scoring games.
Two teams have always been in the league though.
Yeah, for sure. Again, Liverpool versus Spurs is 185. That is third place in Premier League era of fixtures. Can you name the number 2 and number 1?
Manchester United versus Spurs.
Since this is obviously pretty hard, I will give and he's just put a question behind it.
Is that a no?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was going to say Pop's just got one of them. Pop just answered the top.
Okay, yeah.
The top fixture in Premier League era is Liverpool versus Arsenal, or Arsenal versus Liverpool, however you want to put it. 190 goals have been scored in the Arsenal-Liverpool fixture. Can you name number 2? Can you name the second place?
Again,
and I'll give you this hint. The second place fixture, Liverpool is not involved in. Liverpool is not a name in that fixture.
I'm just going to say to Tom, like it's Sunderland, Newcastle. If you think about the amount of time over the Premier League era that they'd been relegated, they weren't in the league.
Yeah,
that's going to preclude them almost automatically from having played enough time in the league to score that one. These are going to have to be. You know, they couldn't have played enough games.
Has anyone mentioned Man United Chelsea?
No. Man United is not is not Man United versus Newcastle is not the answer.
Again, Leeds aren't in the Premier League anywhere near long.
You guys are going to be yeah. I'll give you one more. I'll give you guys one more guess. You can get one more crack because
Man United Arsenal.
Because you're going to get angry. You're going to be mad when you hear that.
Did we not say that?
What? Which one?
Man United Arsenal. Did we not say that already? No.
No, that's not it. Arsenal Liverpool is the one I said.
No, I thought did we not guess that?
Oh, I don't know. Yes, if you did, I think someone did actually, and it's not the Manchester Derby. Manchester United is not. Dag, I'm just giving away so many clues. Manchester United is not involved in this.
Chelsea Tottenham.
Last, I'll give you 10 more seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Hey, whatever happened to one Mississippi?
I know.
2 Mississippi.
I'll just go with the clock there. Yeah. West Ham versus Newcastle. That is not it either. Everton are not involved. They're not involved on Everton.
Other team that's always in the bloody league.
All due respect to Marion's husband. All right. Coming in at 186 goals scored in this fixture. It is not City versus Palace. It's not West Ham versus Chelsea. It's not Newcastle versus Arsenal. You guys are just all. You guys are. You've almost named almost every team that's played in the Prem. But at 186, coming in at second place, it is Newcastle United versus Spurs. The reason why I was saying you guys get angry is because obviously, since I did say Liverpool versus Tottenham were the number 3, Liverpool being number 1,
no, I counted Newcastle,
and then Spurs being involved in the number 2 was why I was saying you guys are gonna get angry. But there was some reasoning behind me asking the question.
So say that again. It was.
So number 1 was the number 1 scoring fixture in the Premier League era is Arsenal versus Liverpool at 190.
Mm-hmm.
Second place is Newcastle United versus Spurs at 186, and Liverpool versus Spurs at 185 comes in at third. So most likely we will see Liverpool versus Spurs take over second place, if not first place, in this next matchup.
No, I counted Newcastle out straight away because I didn't think they could have played enough games, but that just shows you how many goals they score and how many they concede.
Yeah.
That's I just didn't. Yeah,
you didn't get that.
Those Newcastle teams back in the day, they did score a lot of goals. And Jesus, Newcastle versus Spurs was obviously the game to be at then.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. I'm not giving out a half point because even though you got one of the teams, I'm not giving out a half point.
Well,
and I didn't want to give it away when Pops asked has to be United. I know which United team he was talking about because technically Newcastle is a United team too. So
yeah, well, Tom, man, like you live in America, land of the free, and libertarian, free thinking and all that. So that's on you, dude. That's on you.
There we go. Oh man. Can't think. Do I have any more fun questions?
Well, Dara has a question. I don't know if I said hello
it
to Dara, but what's it? Who were the top?
Oh, I see it.
It's a bit far away. Who were the top 3 Liverpool goal scorers against Spurs? Oh, he was asking. Oh, it was Dalglish, Roger Hunt.
Top 4. You got to say top 4 scorers, actually.
No, the question was the top. Oh, and Mo. Well, yeah, it was with the things. It was Mo was level with Roger Hunt, Kenny Dalglish, and Ian Rush.
Yeah, Rush, Hunt, and
Dalglish. Like as soon as he said it wasn't all just Premier League, I guess Dalglish and Hunt straight away, because when it comes to most goals, that's always the top 2 guesses you would usually be spot on, and if it's not them, it's Ian Rush. So yeah, like everything we've talking about, it all goes to goals, really. I mean, watch it be 0-0 now.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, because we're saying all these goals are rescored. Exactly.
You know what I mean? I was thinking that 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. Okay. All right. You want another one? Want another fun last one? So I had a few, but this will be Klopp's 236th. And I don't know why I put that word in there because that's a tough word to even say. This will be Klopp's 236th match at Anfield as Liverpool manager. This will be his 236th match at Anfield. Okay. As Liverpool manager. Out of those 236, how many has he won? How many wins does he have at Anfield?
At Anfield, 236.
And if you can pick up the ratio, that I'll give you even more props for picking up the ratio of his win ratio. But out of 236 home matches, how many has Klopp won?
I reckon
So far, the chat is not
100,
correct.
198, 76%.
I know.
Yeah,
Dang,
190. I say 198 games.
93. Dang. Out of 236. You know? That'd be horrible. Out of 230, he's 200 out of 236. How many has he won so far? How many has he won so far? So far, the chat is not been correct. I've seen Tom 93, Lee 188, Burnett guessed 193, Norm guessed 192. Tom guessed 177. A second guess was 177. Philip guessed 184. Oh, okay. I got you, Tom. I understand. My fault.
I'm on 198.
198. Okay. 198
yeah, I said
from
that.
the Irishman.
Yeah, I said it a second ago.
Yeah, there you go, Norm.
I was
It
saying
is a lot.
78%.
It is a lot. It is a lot. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
If you wanted the ratio as well, I was going to say 78%.
78%?
No, I think he probably. No, I don't know if my maths is right. I think he probably is closer to 83% win record at home, and so maybe 202 wins.
Okay.
So 202 and 83%. That's my revised answer.
So far, Gene said also 177. That's incorrect. Okay. Since everyone's had a good crack at it, JK, do you want to give a crack at this one or no?
201.
Okay. 201 is incorrect, unfortunately. The answer to this question is Jurgen Klopp has 165 wins for a win ratio of 70% at Anfield.
Sack him. That's not good enough.
That's just not good enough.
Yeah,
that's
better.
Just not good
it's
enough.
a good thing. Yeah, it's a good thing he's leaving.
Yeah, exactly.
That is unacceptable.
It could be 60% overall, but this was just
So what did you say he was? Ratio at home. What's his win percent?
He has won 164. Excuse me, 165. He has won 165 games at Anfield so far for a win ratio of 70%.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. It seems, some might think more because we've had a lot, but there's been this as Lee asked, how many draws? I don't know how many draws he has at Anfield currently, but I just know that he's got a fantastic record at Anfield, though. Consider all things with the draws included, he still has a fantastic record. It sounds a bit low, but that is from Liverpool, the Liverpool actual website. That's that little statistic was actually on the Liverpool website.
Edwards came in last night and rewrote the numbers there.
maybe.
I mean, he was 201. He's like, let's bring that down a bit.
Yeah.
Got the Tipex out.
Yeah.
There's the Tipex from that.
Spurs have 31. Spurs have 31 away goals. That's fourth place for a number of away goals. Spurs have 31 away goals. That's fourth. That would consist to fourth place in the Premier League. can you name the 3 other teams that are number 1, number 2, and number 3? You don't have to name them in order. Just can you name the other 3 teams that have more away goals than Spurs?
I would go Chelsea, United, Arsenal, 100%, Spurs.
You said that was 4 teams, but Chelsea, United.
Oh, okay.
And
This
who else?
season.
Arsenal.
This season.
Oh, this season.
Mm-hmm. This season. Only 3 teams have scored more away goals in the league this season than Tottenham's 31. There's only been 3 teams to score more goals away in the league. And that's just in the league, not in all competitions or whatever. Just in the league. Can you name the 3 teams that have scored more away goals than Spurs this year?
Yeah. Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City.
Boom. Very good. Only the top 3 teams in the league have scored more goals than Spurs this year.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
That's what I would have said. Exactly what I would have said. The top 3. It's not even close. Like 31 away is pretty good.
Yeah.
For most, if you can, it's not phenomenal. It's not insane kind of numbers, but 31 away goals in the league. That is a pretty impressive stat, So I think maybe my 4-2 is really where I see this game kind of going. I can't see 3-2, that kind of game.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Just kind of a bit of a ding dong, as we say. These guys when you have nothing left to play for.
Yeah.
If you can't go out and just turn on the start. Now I know Spurs kind of do, right? And we don't, technically we don't have turn. I get it, yeah. But we should, that shouldn't be an issue.
We should do it. We should be able to make something happen.
I mean, Wolves at home, Wolves at 0 to play for. Again, those are the banana. I mean,
yeah.
We lost 6-1. I mean, I was just going to say one thing. We lost 6-1 to Stoke in Steven Gerrard's last game for the club. So that was the game that really made me remember. We cannot take anything for granted. So, but still, we should be beating Wolves at home on the final day of the season.
We should.
But
yeah.
Again, I suppose we could technically drop to 4th, and you don't want that.
No, we don't. That would be just a real. That would be horrible. Yeah. I'll ask this. This one's a fun one. You want one more? You want one more or no?
Oh yeah, keep going.
One more for the people. One more for the people.
Crowd, one more.
All right. This one probably will get answered pretty quickly. But we all love debuts, right? We all love debuts. There is a prominent player that made his debut against Spurs. Okay. If you can name the player and the actual game that he made his debut, I'm trying to think how else to put this question.
Like a Liverpool player?
A Liverpool player. This Liverpool player made his debut. This Liverpool starter, okay? This Liverpool starter made his debut. So we'll go, it could be Ali, Robbo, VVD, and I'm talking about perennial starters.
Like elite, so someone in our current team
right,
made his league debut against Spurs.
Right. Yep.
Okay.
One of our starters made his debut against Spurs. Can you name the player and can you name the game that he made this his debut? Can you name the game and the player? current team or just in general? Current, yes, it's, and I'll give you this. It's the current team. I'm not gonna give yeses or nos. I'm just gonna allow for you guys to guess, take a couple of guesses. I see you guys like taking your cracks. Do you want to go at this one, JK, and then the Irishman? I know the Irishman's probably thinking. He's probably got some answer ready. Rock and roll. You want to take a shot? No? Okay.
Yeah, go.
Irishman. Yeah, JK, you want to give a shot at this one?
Just quickly recap the question, bro.
This current starter for Liverpool made his debut against Spurs. Mm-hmm. Can you name the player and can you name the game that he made the debut?
I think it's Salah, but I can't remember which date. I don't know what day it was.
Brian, Bernie's calling you out, by the way, Brian.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Bernie. That's
using his burner phone.
There's some things we don't mess around. We don't mess around with quiz questions. We do not.
Yeah, you don't.
We do not.
Keep it 100.
Yeah.
BBD debuted against Everton. Yes, he did.
You see, like Klopp's. It says it can't be the Lallana game because the Lallana game. First game, the first league game of the season against Spurs, Klopp's first game.
Mm-hmm.
In the league, that's too. See, I want to say. I want to say Joe Gomez.
Ooh, okay.
Good answer.
That's a good answer. That's a very, very good answer.
That was the first thing that came into my head was Joe Gomez, and I just can't. Yeah. I just can't get past anybody else. I can't get past anybody else for it.
Do you know what game it would be? You would say too, or like a year game?
I think it 2016, a cup game maybe. Or no, well, it was a league game. So I think maybe 2016.
Yep.
Like that.
All right. I'll give you guys the answer. This is the answer since it's kind of been piecemeal together. It is not Joey G, but Trent Alexander-Arnold made his Reds debut versus Tottenham at Anfield in a League Cup tie in October 2016.
I had a funny feeling it was him.
Yep. Trent really made his debut against Spurs. Yeah.
Big up, Trigger. Big up, Trigger TV in the house. Yes. Trent Alexander-Arnold made his Reds debut versus Spurs at Anfield in a League Cup tie in October 2016. I know. Pops has been good with his guesses today. He's been very good with his guesses. Very good. Yeah, 2016.
Yeah,
kind of crazy to think that we've had basically 8 years of Trent. In essence,
an injury to Nathan Klein, and the rest is history. Really, I mean, the kid was always there. You know, he was going to get his chance eventually, no doubt.
Yeah,
but Klein
and it would have probably came in a League Cup, something like that too, for him to get his opportunity. But
yeah, he would have had bits and pieces. He would have come in, no doubt. Mm-hmm. But he just got basically right. We don't have a right back. In you go.
Yep.
You know, and you I don't basically Klein never played for the club again. You know, he was back. He was available. He got a few games, but he had a lot of setbacks. He had a lot of. He didn't deal very well with being injured and have a lot of time away from football. You know, not because he had a bad one.
Tell me about it, Jim.
Do anything.
Yeah.
So. And he's just watching Trent. Now he's rebuilt his career really well. And he was part of that Crystal Palace team, played in the right of a back three that made us look pretty stupid the other day. You know?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
that it was good to see him back. Like he was getting. A lot of people were saying like, oh, kind of laughing at the fact they were trying to make out like he was playing centre half. He wasn't. He was playing on the right of a back three. And then, oh, how bad are we that we can't even break down Crystal Palace with Italian playing in centre half without thinking like what I was thinking, which is, I think this is amazing that this guy is still, he's got his career back on track in a big way. He's putting in a huge performance.
Yeah, he had a big performance against us. Yeah,
I couldn't not see the human element in that. That as much as I wanted us to win, I was like, do you know what? On the side, you know, I can big up Madonna because a lot of people wrote him off, and yeah, he was always a really really good, solid right back. But as soon as Trent arrived on the scene, yeah, you may as well pack your bags and go because yeah, you know, yeah, Elvis Presley has just arrived in the building, kind of thing. Yeah, you're not getting back in this team, man.
Oh wow. Big up. Big up to Gina. This is one of my Spurs friends. She says just popped in to say that she wants Klopp Liverpool to win the league, but Arsenal and beat Arsenal in the City. Big up. But she also wants Sonny to dazzle, of course. No doubt. We understand that. He always does. For some reason, he certainly always does against us. Big up, big up. Always a pleasure.
Big up.
Definitely.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to see Klopp win the league, unfortunately. I love the optimism, but I think you may not see that one. But that looks Sonny, what a player. What a player. Like,
what a player.
He actually won twice, managed to win Spurs Player of the Season, Fans Player of the Season, while Harry Kane was at the club breaking scoring records. That just shows you how good and how loved a player he is. Like he's someone I like 4 or 5 years ago. I wanted us to go out and break the bank from JK. I said it like when he was just go out and break the bank for Son. He was already brilliant and perfect player. Absolutely perfect. Love him.
Yeah, definitely. There's a unique stat actually for us. Something that is very, very interesting. Can you name the Reds have not lost a league match at Anfield in the month of May since what year?
Oh, this is not a question. Sorry, say that we haven't lost a league match at Anfield in the month of May.
In the month of May. But when's the last year? When's the last year that happened?
Yeah. Oh, Christ. I'll just throw one out there.
This last year. And if Klopp wins, he will go. I'm not going to ask this as a question, but really, a win on Sunday would take Klopp past 700 points totaled in the Premier League during his time at Liverpool. He is currently at 698 points from 331 fixtures. That's an incredible stat. But when's
2024. 2014.
That's a good guess. 2015, 2016 is the last time we lost at Anfield in the month of May. So hopefully we don't start a new streak. Hopefully we'll start a new streak going. All right, that's all my questions. That's all my trivia questions. I hope you guys have fun with it, at least.
Come on down.
Taxing the brain trying to make you remember dates. Dates are my kryptonite.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
Good exercise.
Yeah. But yes, big up to Gina is super cool actually. She shows a lot of love and respect for Klopp. And I'm still trying to convince her. I know that she'll be a Spurs fan, especially with her favorite player being a part of the club. But I always say, like, hey, you know what? If you're not getting the love, and you're you know, as you said earlier, with the way that some of the fans are treating, taking you know, disgusting measures against the Korean fan base for Spurs, you can best believe that you'll find a really, really good environment of supportive fans here as a Red. So if you ever want to become a Red and trade in your Spurs colors, you can always become a Red, Gina, for certain. But all the same, big up to everyone that joined us today. I hope you enjoyed the improv trivia session there. You know, I hope you guys do it. That would be interesting if Klopp became. If he would have to take over for another big name German, big name German to take over the reins of South Korea's managerial presence there. But yeah. Oh, and we do. That's why I said Gina's always welcome here. Unlike the citizen the citizen troll that came in to drop one line and then bounce. That was sure, no love. But all the same, big up to everyone that joined us today. You know, we have a lot to look forward to tomorrow, I think personally, because it is a concept of revenge. For me, it's a concept of revenge in this game, a concept of pride that we're playing for in other mindsets. But yes, I appreciate each and every last one of you that showed love by showing up and rocking with us for this preview. Is there anything you want to say as we land this Liver Bird, JK? Is there anything you want to say to the brethren and our guests as well?
Yeah, I just want to say enjoy the penultimate Jurgen Klopp game at Anfield, and that word was big time yesterday. He was astonished with that word.
Oh, that's what that's why I wrote the word down. I knew I wrote that's the word I said, you know, why did I write this word down? And then I was like, I've never even heard people say that before.
Huh? Okay.
I never I mean that's not a common, I haven't heard that phrase be commonly used. But go ahead.
But yeah, but so enjoy the games, and also I hope certain players can show a little bit of energy football in the last 3 games. We want to win. We need a win, just for the fans.
We not want, we need. We definitely need. We definitely need. The Irishman, is your turn at bat here. Is there anything you want to say to our illustrious guests in the chat?
Not really. I don't know.
Our penultimate chat, I guess. I don't know if that even applies.
No, it just means it's just a fancy way of saying second last. It just means the second last of anything. So it's a really fancy word. Yeah, like Klopp was like, "What is this amazing word?"
Yeah. I remember that part of the presser when he said that.
Yeah. No, just the usual to everyone. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and go over and subscribe to who we're going to talk about tonight. Go and subscribe to Bayesian Reds TV. I don't know if Dara, Barney, a couple of new people in the chat that I know that might know about some of the channels. So if you can go and subscribe to Bayesian Reds TV, that will be your homework for the evening. And then don't forget, as Sweltman said, don't actually rent your tuxedos and ball gowns.
Figuratively speaking.
Monday night? Is it Monday night?
Tuesday
night?
Because we'll do a review. We'll do a game review on Monday, and then we'll do our dress to impress session.
Book the limo
on Tuesday.
Yeah, book the limo. I'm sure
12
man.
Figuratively speaking, book the limo.
Yeah, 12 man has a cousin. He can do you a deal if you're in the South LA area, or
yes,
in West Phoenix. So or South Phoenix,
West
I don't know, wherever the posh bitch is. Scottsdale.
Yes, east, yeah.
So
Eastern
anyway, just hit him up for a limo.
If you need a tuxedo, my brother can hook you up.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can't wait to find out why you all need to be so well dressed for this. I can't wait.
yeah. The DJ from England last night. The show was in the show that I had was in Tempe. Tempe's where Arizona State is basically. It's a college, big college here for the University of Arizona or for the state of Arizona. And he goes, "Thank you, Phoenix," and I'm like, but anyway, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. But
Classic.
It was very classic.
We love you, Boston. Yeah, we love you, Boston. But
He
this
said
is
it.
Philly.
Yeah. I was like, man, we're not even like. He said. I even put when I texted him. I even said, yes, we're in. I said something about Tempe. I emphasized Tempe, and he said, he goes, "Thank you, Phoenix." And I was just like,
Wrong place, brother.
the crowd was kind of like, but it's all good. It's all good. Oh man. That's cool. I didn't know Dara is in Arizona. That's cool. I did not know that.
Yeah, Dara's in Phoenix, yeah.
That's cool. Definitely. You'll have to reach out, Dara. Or hopefully if you do come to, if you're in the area, if you're in this portion of Arizona, because Arizona's a big state. If you're in this portion of Arizona and you get the opportunity, come to right here, which is Supporter Club, which is in Phoenix. It is the Crown Public House is the name of the pub or slash boozer, right by Chase Stadium. Chase Field actually is what it's called. It's where the base. It's in between Chase Field, which is where the baseball team plays here. This is for those that are not in the area, but Chase Field, which is the base where the Diamondbacks, which is the baseball team for Arizona, is where they play. And then it's in between Chase Field and where the Phoenix Suns, which is the NBA team, it's in between those two stadiums. It's like it's on the block that is in between those two buildings, basically, because there's the Suns Arena block where the Suns Arena is. Then there's a block that has a bunch of like bars, basically, or boozers. And then you have Chase Field, which is where the Diamondbacks play. So if you're in the area, no, I don't get any special hookups. I don't get any complimentary Carlsbergs or anything like that from Crown Public House. Come on. Maybe if you like it, you can hook me up. But yes, if you're ever in the area, be sure to go there and join. At times, like it gets very, very packed. So definitely try to get there early to get a seat. There's a lot more supporters in the area than you would think, and when it comes to the Reds here in America, but especially in Phoenix, where I'm currently hailing from. So it's actually pretty cool. So be sure to give a look. You'll definitely see me there. And if not, you can always ask me. Everyone knows me at the pub. Anyway, big up to everyone. Thank you for joining us. We're way past the 90th minute mark here. We're already coming up on 2 hours and almost 20 minutes. So with that said, I'm going to say thank you.
I get paid extra after 2 hours.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm like, cut.
Yeah.
Cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
JK just did the bonus for the year. He's owed an extra 10K now.
Yeah, exactly.
We're going to Disneyland, JK. We're going to Disneyland.
So yes, big up to each and every one of you. We will see you tomorrow. Let's get this win, guys. Let's get this win. We need it. We really do need it. Be great to see. And I'm not expecting or demanding or any of that concept, but I am humbly asking the universe for a win, because we can certainly use it. But until tomorrow, take care of yourselves. Please do, so that you can take care of your loved ones. It's very important that you do. As you can see in this community, I always emphasize the fact that you always have a brother or a sister that is willing to always be there for you. And that's one of the underlining elements of what, in my humble opinion, is what it means to be a Red. It doesn't matter what part of the world you're from. You're a Red in my eyes. As long as you support this club, you're one of my family. I feel so. Hopefully, you feel the same towards us, being JK, Irishman, and all those included in the chat. You know, even even our guest Gina as well. So until tomorrow, up the Reds.